Hi. Painstream. How you doing? I have a Tiny Dancer in my head. On the way back from Cabo, Greg had never seen Rocket Man, and I thought it was a good movie for him to see because he's into music and writing music. And I was like, oh, I gotta watch this. Yes, it's a movie about Elton John, which I had learned a lot about through the movie. I didn't really know. I was too young when he first came out, but wow, what a great story. And how wonderfully done, how creatively done it was too. But I see it as a story, not a love story, but a friendship story. But it is a love story of him and his friend who was a writer. And there was just such complete and honest, at least the way it was depicted in this movie. And considering that Elton John helped to create this movie, I mean, part of it must have been true. But, you know, the writer, partner, just really complete and honest, genuine love there, which is beautiful, between two men, and not in a, you know, not in a sexual way, in a very genuine, heartfelt, like, hey, I care about you, I care about your existence in this world, and how special is that? That's hard to find in on that deep of a level with people who aren't in your family or people you're not having sex with. But anyway, so I have Tiny Dancer in my head. I don't know why I wanted to tell you that. It's just not going away. And I, you know, can't sing it for you because that would be terrible for you. I'll sing it by myself. I'm so bad at singing. Let's do it anyway. Oh, okay, it just wants to come out. Anyway, got a lot of Bible passages today. A lot of Bible passages coming up like forever for the rest of this book. Which is not terrible, but I like to mix it up, you know? So, we're gonna have to suck it up, Buttercup. Yeah. Suck it up, Buttercup. I hope there's some books that have more other stuff in it. I think there are, but we'll see. We'll go with this for now. It's not bad stuff. It's good stuff. I'm just so sick of saying, like, but if you don't believe. But if you don't believe. Because if you don't believe, well, now you believe. You don't have to believe. I'm not trying to get you to believe. I'm not trying to do anything, but make you not sad. Share knowledge with the world. Knowledge is power. Reading is fundamental. Let's start reading then. Okay. This world is fading away, along with everything it craves. But if you do the will of God, you will live forever. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. 1 John 2:17. I don't mean that in a negative way. I don't say that. Oh my God, people say, stop saying that. I'm not saying it to be morbid, and I'm not saying it to be negative. I'm saying it to be like, hello? What? There's no more time. Live it today. Live your best life today. Enjoy today. Oh, there was a study. Oh, a study. I didn't read the whole article, honestly, but I think it was CNN, said that a study said that people who try to find their purpose or their meaning in life are more unhappy because they're stressed because they can't find the meaning in life. Because there's no one's going to give it to you. So I shared it on Facebook and I said, your purpose is to experience and share joy. Now, move on and get on with it. Boom, now you know. Because that's it. Just do it. Now you know. There, you got your purpose. I gave you your purpose. You have your purpose. Now, Continue on. What is it? Those shirts that say carry on. You have a purpose. Carry on. That's your purpose. That is your purpose. So the world is fading away. Boom, along with everything it craves. Yeah. That's okay. So we fix our eyes. Everything is temporary. Moonstruck wisdom. So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen. For what is seen is temporary. Come on! I can't make this up. But what is unseen is eternal. 2 Corinthians 4:18. Boom. Boom! This is crazy. I can't. I'm getting the chills. This is so crazy to me. How many times does this happen? I said something and the next entry just says the same thing. Yeah. Ooh. That means we're on the right track, folks. That means that we're on the right track. For everything comes from God alone. Everything lives by his power, and everything is for his glory. Romans 11:36. So I'm not going to go into like explaining all these things and saying about trying to interpret it for people who don't believe in God. I'm just going to throw them out there because they're just for you to kind of use as you see fit. And if you don't see fit, then just pass it up. Take what resonates and leave the rest. 5 stages of grief. This is good to know, so you can see where you are. I'm sure this is from a book somewhere, then I don't have a reference for. Denial, but I think it's also pretty common knowledge. 5 stages of grief. Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance. So, if you're in depression, I mean, look at you. You're in level 4. That's good. You're almost at acceptance. And that's where you want to be. There's, someone shared something, a meme on Facebook, and then I shared it, and it's really good. It's the first time I heard this said this way, and it's so true. It made me want to cry. Oh my God. Grief, I've learned, is really just love. It's all the love you want to give but cannot. All of that unspent love gathers in the corners of your eyes, the lump in your throat, and in the hollow part of your chest. Grief is just love with no place to go. Jamie Anderson. I don't know who that is, but Jamie, you are correct. That's so true. Grief is just love with nowhere to go. So, try to refocus it. It's also, I mean, I hate to say, but it's also kind of a little selfish. Like if you're upset because someone died, and don't get mad at me. Think about it. Well, what are you sad about? You sad because they died? They don't care. They might be actually happy. They might be in heaven or the other side or behind the veil or wherever in the universe and whatever. I don't know. It might be right next to you and you don't know. Because you don't have the things to interpret their energy. Right? Just like you can't see UV rays going all over or microwaves or X-rays. You can't see any of that stuff. Or neutrinos or whatever that shoot through the atmosphere. I don't know. I'm not an astronomer or a quantum physicist or whatever. But there's stuff going on all around you that you don't see. Things that birds are attuned to, the magnetic poles and radio waves, you don't see those. What else don't you see? Or hear. You don't hear things dogs can hear. Going on all the time, you don't hear them. Dogs hear them. So, here you are thinking that everything, that you perceive reality as it is. And you don't. You perceive what your limited ability to perceive is. That's it. So the person that passed might be sitting right next to you and you have no idea because you can't perceive it because your brain doesn't work like that. But you don't know. But I don't know if they are. But you don't know if they're not. So when you're sad that they died, they actually might be happy. And you don't know. You're sad because they're not in your life anymore and you miss them. Because they were important to you. And this life is hard. And they helped you get through it. And now you miss that. Same thing if you're sad about a relationship or sad about anything, right? It's really, I don't want to say grief is irrational. It's very rational, but it's a little selfish. A little bit. And I think, at least for me, when I realized that, it helped me a lot. Because, when I was young, I had a cousin who died young, and I cried a lot. Cried for him because, he was taken so soon, and he had such a great energy, but also such a bright future. And when I learned that really this grief I had was self-serving, right? It wasn't I couldn't be grieving for him because he wasn't sad. He wasn't suffering. He wasn't hurting. He what I think is he was actually in another place having a great time. So why am I grieving? I'm just hurting myself. That helps a lot. Surrender your whole being to him to be used for righteous purposes. Romans 6:13. Draw close to God, and God will draw close to you. James 4:8. Yeah, I think a lot of times we go through troubles, and that helps us to introspect more, connect more with our spiritual and emotional side that may have been lacking during other times when things were good. So there's a balance there. When I called, you answered me. You made me bold and stout-hearted. Psalm 38:3. And finally, the Lord is righteous in all his ways and loving toward all he made. The Lord is near to all who call on him and to all who call on him in truth. He fulfills the desires of those who fear him. I like that word. He hears their cry and saves them. Psalm 145:17-19. He hears their cry and saves them. Well, save might not mean what you think it means. You might think it means, oh, take this pain away, or give me back this boyfriend, or give me a new car. No, it might be you get fired from your job because it was hurting you. It was hurting your soul or something. It's amazing what positive impacts terrible things in your life can have. But if you look at those things, then you'll feel much better. It's hard. Don't get me wrong. It's hard, but you gotta do it. Because that'll make it feel better. Smile. Dance in your living room. Sing Tiny Dancer. Do whatever. I don't know. Be silly. Be silly. Be silly. Go enjoy. Go experience and share joy. Do it. Do it now. Peace.